Hi, I'm Aaron Ludwig, a partner at Counxel Legal Firm. One of the more difficult calls we receive sounds something like this. My solar company disappeared. I can't get anyone on the phone. The system isn't working, but I'm still making payments. And understandably, people feel stuck because from the homeowner's perspective, the situation feels deeply unfair. The company that sold the system is gone. Customer service no longer exists. Emails bounce back. Phone numbers stop working. Yet somehow the financial obligation remains. And naturally the question becomes, now what? First, I want to say this. If this is happening to you, you are not alone. We are seeing this issue more frequently as portions of the solar industry experience financial instability, restructuring, acquisitions, and in some cases, business closures. Unfortunately, many homeowners assume that if the company disappears, their obligation disappears too. In most situations, that is not how it works, because often there are multiple parties involved in a solar agreement. There may be the original sales company, the installer, a servicing company, and a financing company. Even if one company no longer exists, another entity may still be involved, which means homeowners are often left asking, who is actually responsible now? And that is where things become legally important. One of the biggest misconceptions we see is this. People assume they have no options because the company is gone. That is not always true. Now, every situation is different. Every agreement is different. And I want to be careful not to oversimplify complex legal issues. But the important question is not simply, did the company go bankrupt? The better legal question is, what obligations still exists and who may now be responsible for them? Because depending on the circumstances, there may still be warranty obligations, servicing obligations, financing relationships, potential claims, or legal avenues worth exploring. Another issue we commonly see is confusion surrounding system performance. The homeowner says, the panels aren't working. I was promised savings. My electric bill never changed. But now there's no obvious point of contact. And meanwhile, the monthly payment continues. That creates frustration very quickly, and understandably so. This is where I think it's important to distinguish between information and legal strategy. A customer support line may explain process. A solar specialist may offer general guidance. But when contracts, financial obligations, and legal rights are involved, the analysis becomes more nuanced. Because someone needs to review who signed the contract, what the contract actually says, who assumed obligations, whether representations were made, and what realistic options may still exist. I want to emphasize one important point. Not every frustrating solar situation creates a legal claim, but not every difficult situation means someone is completely out of options either. And in my experience, the earlier someone gets clarity, the better positioned they usually are to make informed decisions. That is one of the reasons Counxel launched the Solar Rescue Program for homeowners in Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico. The goal is simple: help homeowners better understand their agreements, identify potential issues, and evaluate whether meaningful options may still exist. If your solar company has disappeared or something about your situation simply does not feel right, we encourage you to learn more. You can find additional information in the description below. Because when the company disappears, you still deserve answers.